I'm glad to say we've got Waidi Akanni now live. Great to have you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother. How you guys doing, eh?
Finally, it works. All right, so let's get into it very, very quickly. You have played for the under-20s, and you know the expectation from the Nigerian fans anytime a Nigerian team is playing any tournament, whatever it is. After losing that first game, they've bounced back and won the other 2 games. But this today is the key game for them. The minimum requirement is qualifying for the under-20 World Cup. From what you've seen of the team, how would you rate their chances?
I think they have a good chance to qualify after this game. If you look at their progress, from from the first day of the game, they lost the first game, but they came back. Losing your first game at every tournament is always very devastating. You either don't know how to play the second game or you're a little bit shaky, but they came back strong and then they won the second game and then won the third game. That shows the progress in that team. And I want to believe that if they can take a game at one at a time, like they did the last 2 games, it won't be that easy because Ugandan team is also not very bad team. So I'm very sure they will win to this game.
All right, so there's a lot of Nigerians are quick to crucify teams, obviously, but the team hasn't particularly played fantastic at this tournament. But really, they've lost to probably the best team at the tournament, Senegal, who beat them by just the odd goal. What do you think? Where do you think the team stands at the tournament? Are they the kind of team that people fear to play against? Remember, they play Uganda. They play Uganda later today. Do they go into that game as favorites or as underdogs?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think Nigeria at every tournament, they are always the team everybody wants to beat. Considering our records in the past. I remember I said we actually won the tournament. It was called a Yadema Cup those days, and then we won it. So again, I think Nigeria's team are never underdogs. Whenever tournament they go and attend. So I think they are the favorites to win to this game, and we're just hoping that they can cover up and put together the small things the team is missing. Like for example, scoring goals. I think if they can address that particular issue, score more goals because you can't depend on winning. Scoring 1 goal every game and then getting across to the next game. I think they should try and score more goals. When you play a game of this nature today, you have to kill off your opponent. You don't score a goal and then relax. You have to score more than a goal. So I think they are the favorite to win to this game.
You have played with the under-20s in the past, and you've seen a lot of under-20 teams across the last couple of years play for Nigeria. Where would you put this current bunch of under-20 players if you stack them up against the ones we've seen in the past?
Well, I think, with all, due respect to the coach, it's not as if they don't have good players. They do have good, intelligent players, but the team has not actually gelled enough for you to be able to say that these teams, you can rank this team above most of the under-20 teams that have played for Nigeria in the past. But having said that, you have to give them, you have to also encourage them. And that's by saying that we hope and then believe that the team will, come out, in flying colors today. Rating them, comparing them to other teams in the past, I think, it'd be very unfair for me to do that now. Because those other teams that have, represented Nigeria in the under-20s before, we normally know those players living Nigeria. We always see them play a lot of games. And of course, you can always know that this team will go out in the past and do well. Again, I believe they will do well today, and I believe, they are the favorite to win to this game.
All right, so you almost answered my last question very clearly already. What do you think the scoreline today? If I get a prediction out of you before we let you go.
I'll be honest with you, I don't like predicting, but I would love to have Nigeria win at least by 2 goals margin.
All right, thank you very much for talking to us. That was Waidi Akanni.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Former under-20 international for Nigeria. Remember, once again, those 2 games are live here on Afrosport TV. The first is at 3 p.m. When the form team of the tournament, Senegal, are in action. And of course, Nigeria's Flying Eagles are in action later today from 6 p.m. They play Uganda in the second quarterfinal game of the ongoing Africa Under-20 Championships. Nigeria against Uganda. That game kicks off at 6 p.m. and it's live here on Afrosport TV.